Hey guys, it's Matt here from the Bull Call, and today we're going to go over the top 6 ETFs that you could buy right now. Alright, so let's get right into the video. But before we get into the video, guys, if you guys can just go quickly take 10 seconds out of your day, go down below, click that like and subscribe button, click that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all my latest posts. That would be wonderful. So let's get right back into the video. Alright, so let's get right into the first ETF here, which is VOO, the S&P 500 Vanguard Index Fund. This one I really like for the long term. As you could see, it's produced about 103% in the last 5 years. This one is a fantastic one because the S&P 500 has a lot of great companies in it. So we're going to quickly go through all of these companies, the top 15. As you could see, you could pause the video and look at all these different percentages and holdings, but it's mostly the big tech names that we all know. I don't want to go into all the details. It just takes way too long. So we're going to just, skip right over that so you can see it right here. If you want to pause, go ahead. All right, so the second ETF here is QQQ, the NASDAQ main ETF here. And this one has major holdings, much bigger holdings than, not much bigger, but a significantly more, weighted in the tech than the VOO, which has, a decent top asset, which is only about 25% of the 508 different companies that are in it. So that's not too much. These top 10 that you see here, only 27%. It only takes up 27% of the total ETF. And when you look at the NASDAQ here, that's about 52% is just these top 10, which is very, very volatile. This one you can see being down 1%. Being down 3%, in a day. It's very, very possible. The S&P 500 or the VOO normally moves about 0.5%, maybe a little over 1%. Not normally, normally it moves about 0.5%. Like if we look at today, it moved less than 0.5%. It never really makes these bigger moves. In one day it might lose 1.5%, and that's as much as you're really going to get unless something like COVID is really running through the world, changing the markets. But here, if you want to pause, you could take a look at all the different assets. It's definitely very tech heavy, with Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Facebook, Tesla, all these different companies, Nvidia, PayPal, Adobe, really pushing and staying in this ETF. If you want, this is a very good one for, if you're like this. The world is really going into tech, so this one's a great one for long term. And yeah, so we'll go right into the next ETF. So the next ETF here is VUG, Vanguard Growth Index Fund. This one I actually just found out about, but this one has a very, very good long-term potential. This one actually outperformed the S&P 500 on a 5-year basis by about 60%, which is actually really cool and really interesting. That it has, it's relatively similar, but it has more of the, NASDAQ-ish bend on it because it has higher weightings here in, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, Google, the normal FANG names. And you can totally just, pause the video if you want to see all the percentages. And I'll actually link the ETF database in the description down below if you want to, do any research on ETFs. This is a very good, it tells you all about the stock profile, price, dividend, valuation, all that kind of stuff that you can take a look at if you want. So, we're not going to go over that right now, but you can totally go down below, click that ETF database link, and have fun, search, research, do all that kind of fun stuff before you actually buy, which I highly recommend. If you want to do any buying, definitely look into it before you do any buying. I am not a financial advisor at all. So yeah, this one definitely more tech heavy. A lot of these are tech heavy because that's the biggest companies in the world. Apple's the only company with 2 trillion market cap. So you have to have Apple, Microsoft, Amazon as the most heavily weighted companies if you're trying to be less risky, because they are considered less risky companies. So let's just get right into the next video. Let's get right into the next ETF here, which is VTI. This is the total stock market. If you want to invest in everything under the sun, which is about 3,870 in the U.S. stock market, this one's great. Has a lot of potential to, just keep on its path on going up. In a 5-year, it actually is almost produce the same as the S&P 500 when it doesn't have a major holding in all these different companies. It has a similar holding, but not nearly the same. It's similar, but there's, you know, almost 4,000 different companies inside this ETF that you are holding, which is really, really interesting and really cool to see how holding the whole entire stock market can really perform well. In a bull run, everything just goes up, and this just proves it even more that in a bull run that you can just pick any stock, go with it, and you can have great returns. So yeah, let's get on to the next ETF. The next ETF here is the Dow Jones Industrial Average ETF, also known as DIA. So this one is actually very interesting because this one and the next one actually do not have a heavy weighting in the normal ETF. You know, Apple, Microsoft, you know, FANG. This one actually has, you know, United Health Group as its top, and Goldman Sachs and Home Depot. There's Microsoft again, but it's very interesting to see the top three are not tech names at all. So this one is a good way to diversify yourself if you want to have more companies that aren't focused on tech. You see 3M in here. There's a whole bunch of really, really good companies that are good dividend paying as well. So I like this one for long term. Definitely should be in a long-term portfolio, but definitely do your own due diligence if you want to buy in any of these, like I said before. But, you know, this one has a very nice percentage in different companies if you want to be more weighted into different companies. This one actually only has 32 different companies inside with a 53% in its top 10, which is very hard because it's hard not to have a high percentage in its top 10 because it only has 32 different holdings. So it makes a lot of sense to, you know, have higher holdings in this one. So let's get right on to the next ETF. Okay, so our last ETF here is the ARK Innovation ETF, also known as ARKK. So this one's actually very interesting again because it has different holdings in its top 3, or top 15 really. This one's definitely very tech heavy and definitely very risky. It has Tesla, Teladoc, and Roku as its top 3. So this one is, you know, managed by ARK Investment, and this one is very, very interesting and very risky. So do not hold too much in this one because I think, you know, Tesla definitely has, it can go up and down majorly in one day. Teladoc, the same thing. Roku, all of these names have major ups and downs on a daily. So this ETF can drop, you know, 10% in a day, and obviously be pretty surprising, but it wouldn't be like 10% in the S&P 500. S&P 500 dropping 10% in one day, like the whole world's falling apart pretty much. But when this only drops, you know, 10% in a day, it's not too surprising. It's obviously pretty bad, but it's not that surprising. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw a 10% decline in or maybe 2 days on this one in September when we have, you know, a good correction. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I just want to quickly go over how I have mine weighted. You know, 30%, 20%, 15%, 10%, 10%, 5 and 5. Don't put yourself on one area. Definitely, if you believe in the S&P 500, if you believe in ARK, if you believe in one thing, just keep it in that and have the other ones have, you know, diversified. But I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. Just keep yourself, you know, in each thing, but don't put yourself all in one area. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I will see you in the next one. Peace out.